Coming just outside of Chicago, Illinois. Good morning. Welcome to Andrews, the podcast. It's not quite morning. It's 11:51 p.m., almost midnight here on the East Coast. And first of all, I want to shout out Colonel Mayor Frank McClary and Miss Seema Salters for tonight. Great show on Welcome to Andrews, the podcast. But right now, guys, I want to talk to you about a story again that's taking place, that's going on right now. It's a developing story. I've been following this story for the last couple of weeks. It was sent to me by a friend of mine, and it involves a mayor known as the City Girl Mayor, or the Super Mayor out of Dalton, Illinois. And Dalton, again, is a suburb just outside of Chicago. Okay. And this story, especially given the fact that we just coming out of an election cycle, this story really shines a light on the fact that the statement that elections have consequences. So let me get this loaded up.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns.
And if we don't guard those walls, what happens?
Who's gonna do it?
What do you want to discuss now?
You, Lieutenant Weinberg.
Who?
I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
And right now, my responsibility is bringing you a story and breaking it down, giving you my interpretation of it as to the significance as to why this story is important. Now, I'm going to give you a take that you're not going to get every place else. So
you weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury.
And I don't have that luxury. I just got to give it to you the way that it is.
You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives.
And here's the part right here that I need you to pay attention to, because I know you're probably sitting up like, why is he back on live? This is the part you need to pay attention to, because this is why.
And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives.
Because I'm going to get the information out that needs to be gotten out. And I think this is a proper introduction to this story. So if you're not in here yet, get in here, hit the like button, go ahead, because I promise you, you're going to find this a fascinating story. And my take on this story is, I think it's interesting too. Let's go.
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
But you're going to talk junk anyway. And if you feel like you really need me on that wall, hit that donate button. You see where that right there? It ain't even a button. It's just a thought, the Cash App right there. But here we go.
We use words like honor.
What?
Code.
And what else?
Loyalty.
But you think it's a joke when these people use these words. You know how you use these words? How do they use them, Jack?
We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something.
And that is something that is worth defending. So, again, y'all get in here. I have a great story involving the City Girl Mayor out of Dalton, Illinois, a suburb just outside of Chicago. This story is absolutely fascinating. Let's go.
You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time
nor the what
nor the inclination
to deal with.
to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide.
I just love that part of it. I mean, I know y'all like, man, what's the point in you doing all that? You going through all that? I like it. Who don't like a few good men?
And then questions the manner in which I provide it.
And that's what I'm talking about. Come on, Jack.
I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Or hit the like button and go on and hit the donate button too.
Son, we...
All right, so I done played around enough with that. All right, guys, this story right here out of Chicago, right here, Chicago, Illinois. Let's get ready to check it out. My bad.
Investigates a small South suburb with big bills and leaders with expensive taste. Last night, we showed you how some residents and elected officials claim the local mayor retaliates against people who don't support her.
Well, tonight we look at a spending spree that's also causing questions and concern. Again, investigative reporter Ben Bradley.
40 minutes.
All right, and this is for educational purposes.
South of Chicago, you'll find Dalton, Illinois. The median income is $24,000 a year. And yet the mayor collects more than 10 times that amount from various elected positions. And as we found, a paycheck isn't the only perk. In South suburban Dalton, the economic challenges run deep.
We still have areas that need trees cut, streets paved, alleys paved, sidewalks fixed. It's a lot of that going on.
And a lot that's being spent, not on critical repairs, but on travel, meals, and more by many top village officials.
It's an issue. It's been an issue for some time.
We just look up and we're paying for stuff. And it just makes no sense. She's just doing what she wants to do.
None of them do the things that we do here. We the only ones making sure y'all streets get paid, find ways to fix what is broken.
She is Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
But then they running y'all, say y'all this look fictitious story.
Would you like to just do an interview with me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well,
But
let's
me finish
go.
that.
I mean,
We'll be right here.
In addition to leading.
And I mean, off the top, the first thing that comes to my mind is they elected her.
In Dalton, she also serves as supervisor of Thornton Township. You make almost $300,000 between your two elected positions.
I do not. I don't know where you got that number from.
We got it from her own village and township records.
These are tax dollars.
So is the money being spent on.
Whoa. They elected her.
$300,000 between your two.
Whoa. Just keep in mind a $600 mayor and what she's making.
In addition to leading Dalton, she also serves as supervisor of Thornton Township. You make almost $300,000 between your two elected positions.
I do not. I don't know where you got that number from.
We got it from her own village and township records.
These are tax dollars.
So is the money being spent on village credit cards. WGN Investigates obtained copies of statements that reveal village officials have spent more than $24,000 at restaurants in just 1 year, including this Midlothian barbecue joint and a South Holland sub shop.
I've seen the same thing and more. You name it, they've done it.
Other questionable expenses include the streaming service Hulu, flights to Texas, Alabama, and Missouri, and hotel rooms in nearby suburbs, including Madison and Elk Grove Village, plus thousands of dollars spent at a hotel in downstate Pontiac.
My take is this: if they are going to something that's going to benefit the village, that's fine. But from my standpoint of view, these things don't benefit the village at all.
And then there are the trips to Las Vegas. Mayor Henyard and other top officials traveled to Sin City in May to attend a shopping center conference. It's unclear if it helped Dalton land any deals.
don't have a clue. We're all in the dark. Not only are the residents in the dark, but these are also in the dark as well.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
This is the mayor. Keep in mind, they elected her. So if you're sitting there and you're saying, man, she ratchet, then what is Dalton, Illinois like if they elected her to be the mayor?
What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do. It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, yes.
As relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, yes. The credit card records do shed some light on tax dollars spent at several restaurants near the Strip, including Cafe Hollywood and Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
All right. Any other questions?
So you're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are being spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
You said you wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded. So any other questions you may have?
They may have signed up for a conference, but they never bring anything back. So we have no idea why they go to these trips.
Remember, we mentioned Henyard was also supervisor at Thornton Township. WGN Investigates obtained copies of that agency's credit card statements as well. They show township taxpayers also spent money on the Vegas trip on everything from steak dinners to hotels and $3,741 just on Henyard's round-trip flight.
But I shouldn't have to sit up here and break all this down.
When trustees refused to pay a big block of bills this week, the mayor accused them of putting vital city services in jeopardy.
We need receipts to understand what's going on.
We couldn't help but notice the red hat perched in front of Mayor Henyard throughout the meeting. It's from the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, which, by the way, was apparently a stop on the Vegas trip. $303 billed to Thornton Township taxpayers.
We just feel lost, and we just want the powers that be to step in and say, hey, you know, something's got to give.
Is anybody else? I just want to be clear. Anybody else after that? Is that it? That's it?
We sought specifics from Dalton and Thornton Township about these credit card charges, expenses, and how they benefit town. Received no clarity.
So there it is right there, man. The city girl mayor out of Dalton. Again, I've been following this story now for a couple weeks, and it is a lot more to it than that. That's just, you know, a little peek into what's going on over there. Very interesting story. And again, it highlights how important elections are. Elections have consequences, and these people voted for this person. That's who they wanted, and that's what they got. They did have a recall election, and I mean, looking into this, they tried to have they tried to push for a recall election, but she was able to get that thrown out of court through some type of court filing. But again, please get in the comment section and tell me what you think about this situation. Do you think she's getting a bad rap, or do you think the town or the city of Dalton, Illinois, deserves exactly what they have elected through their own free will? So just a short video. I did this live because I don't know why, but I'm about to edit it and cut that part out and use it. So very interesting story. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Peace.